Metaphiles.
Give me a drum roll. Introducing from the Metaphiles studio deep underground, the Metaphiles! With your host, Jason Michael Ford, Zach Capri, the podcast that talks to you. This week, drums. The percussive instrument used by many across the globe. You hit it, it makes a noise. You know, more you can say about a lot of things.
Yeah. Here's some things you can hit that don't make a noise.
It's a good way to start.
Snow.
Yeah. Yep. Air.
Yeah. If you've ever been lucky enough to be in an airplane and the airplane flies through a cloud, you don't hear you don't hear that.
We're experiencing some turbulence, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it. Those are the three things that don't make noise. But the thing that makes the noise that we like the most this week is the drums.
Hell yeah.
It's one drum, and then another drum is next to it, and now you have drums.
You gotta have more than one.
You could just play one, and I like it.
Huh?
But as soon as you start playing two, I like it more. And three, I like it even more.
Oof. You would like this drummer named Terry Bozio.
Terry Bozo?
Yeah. Well, Terry, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
Is he a clown drummer?
Nah. No, he has this giant. Whoa. We don't have a prop. I just realized that.
Folks, cancel the episode.
Yeah, stop watching.
No, I mean, go grab one.
No, the prop is the table because I'm gonna be.
Well, but you do that every week.
Yeah, yes, I do.
Go grab a prop. It's fine.
Got
I'll fill, and guess what? Drum fill is a term. And what a drum fill is when you are playing the drums, but then you need to fill a period of time with also playing the drums, and so you still are just playing drums, but now it's called a fill. And that's like what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a drum fill of words. And I was saying words before this, and I will say words after this. But, yeah. Perfect. And I have one, and you have one. And if we wanted to do any beatnik poetry, this is good too.
Ooh. I'm brimming with beatnik poetry. Man, you know, man. Cool. It's my piece called Cool. Thank you. It took me 5 years.
And isn't snapping of the fingers, isn't that like your fingers are little drums?
Yeah. You got that. You got snaps.
You got the old.
Oh. Yeah.
The human being is a drum. We don't even have to get to segment 3.
I don't know. Is it possible for a drum to sweat this much? I'm not sure. Oh.
They do have skin.
Yeah, they do.
Which means they do have pores. If you filled a drum up with water and didn't bash it all out immediately, a la Keith Moon, and you put it in a hot room, would it not sweat? If you smash a stick upon it, does it not bleed? Sound. Does it not? Beat.
was dope as hell.
Yeah. And so this episode is this week all hour beatnik poetry.
Yes. Another switch. Just gonna switch topics mid-app.
Mm-hmm. So,
let's roll with it.
Yeah. We've already proven we're both very good at it. So I'm sure everybody's just waiting for the next ones.
Hell, we can get through about 5 or 6 topics in a single episode.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Why gum? You got teeth. Chew it. Next.
When you blow a bubble in gum and it pops, that's like a drum.
Ooh. Are we seeing drums everywhere now?
I think so. Your head looks like a friggin' drum. Pop, 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 pop.
Oh!
Just kidding.
I didn't take it personal.
Okay. Drums and us. You are a drummer.
Yep.
That's been established.
Yeah, check this out.
Whoa. I'm not a drummer. Check this out. Oh, this is trumpets. Is this episode also?
Trumpets.
Or that's not a trumpet.
It's like a trombone.
Yeah, trombone.
Like that.
Yeah, the trumpet's taller cousin. That's what I like to call it.
Trumpet's a little jealous. Maybe wears a lift. Some lift shoes.
Yeah. And
so why? I mean, you know, a trumpet. You're like pursing your lips and you're going. That's how you play a trumpet.
that is.
That's a little hits right there. Mm-hmm. Technically, is what's happening.
Yeah.
Why is that not a drum? You know?
Yeah. I think it's because it doesn't have any skin.
Yeah.
If you stretch skin over a trumpet, and then you going is the drumstick, then it is a drum.
Yeah.
So if there are trumpeteers out there who have extra skins lying around, try it out.
Try it out. Just grab some skin.
Grab some skin.
If you don't have any, grab some skin. If you don't have any skin, ask your friends, give me some skin. Fuck capitalism. Thank you. You ruined it. Oh yeah. Hey, what about a banjo? That has a skin over the top. That makes it gives it that.
Yeah, a banjo is somebody took a drum and tried to make it a guitar.
Got it drunk on moonshine.
Yeah. And said, "You're a guitar now."
Says, "Okay, I guess so."
And you play a banjo with the little claws on you.
Mm-hmm.
And aren't those drumsticks?
Oh.
So just all instruments are drums.
Yeah, and every appendage is a drumstick.
Yes.
And then you got Nestle drumsticks, my favorite type of ice cream. They're just everywhere. It's a drum world. We're just living in it.
It's a drum world, and we are living in it. And I like drums.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I've never heard you play the drums.
That's true, yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah. I really haven't played for years and years. I haven't owned a drum set in years and years. Yeah.
You do have the thing that every drummer I know has where you will make every surface a drum for your fingers.
What are you talking about?
Almost at all times. Which I like.
What are you talking about?
I like when I see drummers like that. It's like, oh, you can't help yourself. You got the rhythm in you. Ha, ha, ha. You
got the rhythm in you. New Radicals? Well, yeah. I got the beat. Get rhythm when you get the blues. Well, Johnny Cash would say.
not a drummer, but
Yeah.
I'm sure he saw drums.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is there any musician ever who has never even seen a drum?
Hell. Probably some damn Australian damn outback playing a damn didgeridoo. Maybe one of the Tibetan fellas playing those weird long guitars with one string and doing the throat singing.
Yeah. I
like that.
can almost do that. Hang on. Now I won't be able to, but. Fuck capitalism.
That was good.
Tuvan beatnik. It was pretty close.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Damn
you'll hear
cool.
them do it and they actually are like hitting two notes at the same time.
Yeah.
I can't do that, but
Yeah, and it's like you have to like breathe while you're doing it, which is, something crazy like that.
how do people breathe while they're doing something else?
I don't know.
Me neither.
Whenever we podcast, I just get my breathing in before we start recording.
Yeah, and I have oxygen tubes in my nose, very small.
Uber oxygen.
I have Uber oxygen. Yeah.
Playing drums is fun.
What's your favorite drum?
Mm.
We're there now.
Big drum is best.
Mm.
Smaller drum is second best.
Next best, please.
Next, oh my bad, is next best. I like that big old bass drum.
Big old drum goes. Boom.
Yeah. It sounds like that. Yeah, I used to play in what's called a metalcore band, and it was fun. I'm not the most proud of it, but I was a pretty good drummer. I had double bass, too. And what I would do is so the mallet on a bass pedal has a felt side and it has a plastic side. So I'd use the plastic side on both of them, and the head, the batter head, which is the head of the drum that you hit. On the other side, there's a resonant head that it kind of makes a tone off of. And you have to know how to tune them. So as in this metal band, I would make the batter head super loose. And so it would just be like a very just a very extremely punchy, just like and bassy.
Yeah, you were tuning your bass drum the way that old Korn would tune their bass guitar.
Exactly.
Loose.
Oh yeah, it sounded great. One time we were playing at this venue in the middle. We were in the middle of the set between songs. The sound guy comes up to me. The sound guy comes up to me and is like, I was thinking, oh, there's something wrong. What is this? Is he going to tell me to like do something? And he just says, your bass drum sounds fucking awesome, and goes off. That's all he wanted to say.
And that was the sound guy that said that?
Yeah.
And he has heard so many drums.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was, felt good. It felt good.
You might be a Jason Bozo over here.
Oof, hey.
Which
I'll
means...
ask you to apologize.
No, that's a good thing.
Oh,
Because it's like Terry Bozo, the greatest drummer.
Terry Bozzio, he's not the greatest drummer. No.
No, I know who you think the greatest drummer is.
No.
Yes, I do.
I know you're going to say Ringo Starr, sarcastically.
I'm glad you did because I wasn't. No, I know for real.
Who?
Buddy Rich.
Ah.
Am I right?
No, not quite, but he's in the top 3, I would say.
We're going to cut this out.
I'm taking a stand against the cutouts. I'm taking a stand against the cutouts.
Ooh.
No more cuts.
Ooh.
Control the means of production.
Yeah. Oh man, if your dream of no more cuts came out, people would be very disappointed.
No. It'd be like behind the scenes included in the episode. No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, hey, maybe this will be the episode where we get through the whole thing and there's no cuts.
Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Don't fuck up on the drums.
Okay.
You're gonna go on and cut that out. So
Okay.
Bring your A game.
And I also have to quell my natural instinct to immediately say something that I know I'm going to cut out, only to get a reaction out of you.
Quell it.
Yeah, consider it quelled.
Well, how about drums and you?
How about drums and me? I can do the one beat pretty good, which is kick and snare and kick and hi-hat and kick and snare.
Kick and snare and hi-hat and kick and snare. And
It goes.
mm-hmm.
I believe it is a, yeah, there you go. I believe it is your standard 4 on the floor. Am I using that term correctly?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can do the 4 on the floor, and I can do it for a long time and not mess it up. But then I will go, I'm going to put a tom hit in here, and the whole thing goes to hell very fast.
Here we go. And the whole set just falls apart. No!
The drumstick is sticking in one of my ears and out the other.
Why'd you have to hit the floor, Tom?
There's been the rare occasion where I have branched out and made it happen. And you get in, it's like dancing. You're doing a little dance.
Oh, yeah.
And when I can get there, I'm like, oh, I see how drumming works. But then
it gets harder.
Yeah. I'll throw a rim shot, or not a rim shot, a rim hit. What would you call that?
Yeah, just hit the rim. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because rim shot is when you.
Rim shot, of course, is. Let's hear it right now. Yeah. And we're going to be hearing a lot of those throughout the episode.
Oh, yeah. Let's do one now.
Yeah. And the beauty of that is we can say something that's not that funny and just put one of those in. And this is going to help the idea of no cuts. Because if, on one of our rare missteps, we'll just. And now it's great.
Now it's funny.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll just stick permanently in every episode from now on. Maybe.
It is a sound that brings me joy.
Yeah.
The rim shot.
Ernest's dog was named Rim Shot. Ernest P. Worrell.
Know what I mean, Vern?
Yeah.
I forgot he had a dog.
Little dog. Little canine.
If Jim Varney were still with us, they would be making new Ernest movies on Hulu and stuff right now. There's no question.
Life would be better.
Yeah, it'd be like, what's something modern that
Ernest goes to North Korea. Ah!
Oh!
I'm in North Korea. That's my best Jim Varney.
Get me away from his Kim Jong, Vern. Yeah, Ernest goes to North Korea. Ernest scared Snapchat.
I always wanted to see Ernest vs. Predator.
He has a chance of winning because didn't he set up lots of like Rube Goldberg machines and stuff? Mm-hmm. And that's a great way to track a predator.
That's what Arnold did in the movie to win. Spoilers, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But Arnold Schwarzenegger basically like lit a candle that when the wick burned down, it set off a mouse trap that sent a mouse running on a wheel that made the wheel blow up a balloon that was full of mud that covered him in mud.
They cooked an egg at some point.
Of course, yeah. And he eats the egg as when the egg is done frying, the spatula is so hot that it had a rocket underneath it that shot a bazooka rocket into the predator. Spoiler alert.
I thought you were going to say the spatula was going to burn the predators.
Well, yeah. Predator grabs it because Predator wants some eggs.
Yeah.
And doesn't know how spatulas work. That's not how they cook eggs on Predator Planet.
Ooh, an omelet. Credits.
And during the credits, drums.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
The Predator was before the window, which we are now past. But there was a beautiful window where the end of almost every movie would be a rap song that described the plot of the movie that you just watched. Do you remember those days? Where it'd be like, you'd finish watching The Wild Wild West, and then Will Smith would rap to you about what happened in The Wild Wild West.
Really nice, just a nice little bow on it.
Yeah.
You know? Well, I mean, that's like, you know, the classic early 2000s movie genre. Where this happened the most is rappers versus animals.
Absolutely.
A la Deep Blue Sea and Anaconda.
Yes.
Great micro genre.
The one where DMX fights wolves or something. There are more.
Something like that.
Yeah. I also did not set the timer, so are we gonna cut this out?
That
puts us at 24 minutes, and it was kind of a long lead
Sure.
up. So let's just go for like 10 more.
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, behind the scenes, folks. Maybe.
Let's peek behind the curtain.
Rappers versus animals. There were more. This was something that you and I were obsessed with
Yeah.
at one point, and we had a list, I feel like, of about 5 movies, which is enough to make a genre.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. There was definitely one with DMX stuff.
Yeah. He doesn't fight wolves, but I feel like he fights something that's canine, but that's because he barks. So maybe that is crossing my wires.
Also, rest his soul.
Yeah. Him and Jim Varney. Up there having a drum circle in heaven, probably.
Yeah.
Just those two.
What? I wish I could do a good Jim Varney, but I can't.
I can't really
love him
remember
so much.
what he sounds like now, but I watched every goddamn one of those Ernest movies back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Just raspy as you can get is basically all it is.
Yeah.
What was your favorite Ernest movie?
I feel like I remember liking the one where he goes to jail the most.
It's a good one. It's one where he has this evil counterpart with the slick back hair.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Bring a little sci-fi canon into it.
He gets all electrocuted. Another great Jim Varney impression.
I bet that, and I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. I bet that Ernest would start showing up in Marvel movies if he were still around. I bet he'd be on the Avengers. The Avengers.
You're tearing me apart, Avengers.
I was also gonna, I was going to, and now I am. Because I lucked into getting to name last episode a Marvel parody title.
Here we
I was
go.
like, should we call this episode Cap Drums America or Spy Drum Man 2 No Way Home?
That is so thin. That is such a
or
stretch.
Guard Drums of the Galaxy. None of these?
Believe it or not, they're all shit. God.
I suppose beauty is in the ear of the drummer.
I guess so. Well, you know, me and you, we march to the beat of a different drum when it comes to Marvel.
That's true. And my drum makes billions of dollars every year.
Whatever. Off of Rubes.
Off of Rube Goldberg.
Oh. My favorite Ernest movie was Ernest Saves Christmas. It's set in Florida. My the state that is responsible for me existing. And
send all your complaints.
take it up with Florida. Hey. And it was a Christmas movie set in Florida. It's like, I felt seen. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, there's no snow. Well, spoilers again, I'm sorry, but it snows in the movie. And,
But it would never really snow in Florida, right?
It has before.
That's just Hollywood bullshit.
No, it snowed in Florida, yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
One time.
There's a time back in the 80s it snowed as far down as where I was from.
Oh. So you saw snow as a little boy.
I was too young.
Oh.
I was a little larva of brilliance.
So
set to grow into.
It's nice that we talked exclusively about drums on this segment, covered all of it as drums relate to us. But now we also can wrap back around to snow, the thing that doesn't make noise, one of the only three.
Nice.
You never saw nor didn't hear snow until you were grown.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming that as a drummer who is constantly drumming on everything, that you ran outside and immediately started tapping your fingers against it, and we're like, what is this bullshit?
It's cold. It's got no resonance. I can't get a beat going. I was just cool. It was just cool. I was just stoked. I was like, this is like a movie.
Mm. Oh yeah, well you had seen it in movies.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
That's like, is there anyone who hasn't seen a drum? Probably there's very few people.
Yeah, I mean, I'll wager. Well, I'll wager two things. I'll wager first of all that this is going to come up in the research, and second of all that drums are maybe the oldest instrument that exists.
I wonder.
Can't imagine what else could you slurp it as being the oldest.
Oh, real quick, I have a new piece of slang I want to run by you and attempt to introduce into this catalog.
Do drum roll.
Thumbsuckers, which would be a name for games that you play on your phone using your thumbs.
I like that.
Thumbsuckers. Because they suck your thumbs onto the phone, and it's also like being a baby.
Thumbsuckers. I love that.
Thumbsuckers. So
that's
everybody,
perfect.
there you go.
Just free. Free of charge. Just
you
free.
can have that and remain Kring.
Oof.
And it just is gonna keep coming.
I've been buying like every single thumbsucker on my phone because I've been mad Kring, so I'm just slinging that dough everywhere. It's been checkers.
Well, it's been Rust Bowl.
Oh, I bet. Anyways,
you need to whip out your Metaphiles dictionary and do some studying.
welcome to Leia Playas. Well, not study. Leia Playas.
Well, as we know from last week's guest, Laura Felt, studying is for suckers.
Hmm?
Or no, for jerks, excuse me.
Damn right. Leia Plays is the section of this podcast where I submit my ideas for great podcasts that could potentially be even better than the Metaphiles. And this week, I think a good one would be something called Chat and Chop. Chat and Chop. It's cameras, different angles on a barber's chair. And the host is a barber, cuts the hair of the guest, gives them a haircut, and while it's going on, they talk. And it's that level of talk, conversation. Because when you're at the barber, you're getting a haircut, it's or the hairdresser, it's a different level of convo. Mm-hmm. It's just like scuttlebutt. You know you're going to talk, so it's just kind of nice little smooth convo you get in there. And that would be the podcast. The host cuts the hair of the guest, as soon as the haircut's done, and they're done talking, and that's it.
Would you like to, for a moment or two, say the role of barber / hairdresser / stylist, whatever, and I will be portraying the role of haircuttee.
Sure.
Okay.
So, what made you do everything in life that you've done so far?
To be honest, I'm kind of in a rush. I'm just looking to get my hair cut and get out of here. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude.
Oh, that's cool.
I just have a lot on my mind today. I have a big business meeting because I'm very rich.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like super rich.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do rich people all get haircuts like this?
Like I said, I really am trying to concentrate on my big business meeting. I'm gonna be.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm gonna be buying Walmart today.
Oh, Walmart! I went there. I bought a pair of flip flops.
Well, in a way, you bought those from me.
Oh. Hey, I guess we probably take that off the cost of this cut, huh?
That's very funny, but I didn't become so rich as I am through doing things like that. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want a lot off the top, or am I taking off too much?
I want you to take all of it off the top and then put it all back on.
Oh,
I need to look very good for this Walmart buyout.
I can't do that. If you don't want me to take it off in the first place, that would be best.
Well, I understand that your job is generally to make there be less hair.
Just take your seat all the way down.
Oh, well.
Just in the middle of it.
I feel small.
There's going to need to be less hair, or else that's why this podcast is happening, because
wait, I'm on a podcast right now? Is this Chat and Chop?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I fucking love Chat and Chop. Oh my god! You look so different than your voice looked in my head. This is crazy. I feel like we're friends.
Trying to move so much.
Oh, sorry.
It's so stupid.
Chat and Chop.
Chat and Chop.
See, even as the guy didn't want to talk, but the host was so good that we ended up learning a lot about both of them.
Yeah.
We know that the one guy is very rich, and the other guy likes flip-flops.
And he likes to get his hair cut and then reattached as well.
Yeah, so it looks fresh.
Yeah. Think about it.
Yeah. And let's beatnik our way into the break here.
It's time for a break. We'll be right back. Dialectic materialism. Welcome back to Metaphiles. Segment 2, Drums and the World.
And I'm going to show everybody I'm setting the timer.
Set your own timer at home, just for fun.
Yeah. And if this is truly the episode without edits, then your timer will go off exactly the same time as mine does.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll feel like you're right here.
Isn't that great?
So, of course, now we will discuss Ernest films and the world. No, we're talking drums in the world, and as was very very astutely predicted, there's drums everywhere in the world, and everybody in the world plays drums, and every single person does. All the time. And we always have.
When you walk, you're playing drums.
Yeah. You're
Technically.
beating the mallets that are your feet
Mm-hmm.
onto the skins that are the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going boom, ba, ba, boom, ba, ba, boom, ba, ba, boom.
You're like the Lars Ulrich, and the world is a big brown blue Metallica.
I think
Exit 9. Whatever.
I think John Glenn described the earth that way. That you're out there seeing it from a distance, and you realize it's just a little blue Metallica out there in the stars.
Oh, just a bunch of Lars Ulriches drumming along the surface. It's a perspective, that you gain from being up there.
Yeah. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for Enter Sandman.
Big moon, imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute lunar. I'm a spaceman. Do a moonwalk.
Oh, nice.
I'm a spaceman. Do a moonwalk. Absolute.
But let's look at some. I did not do very much research today because I didn't really feel like it, and I knew I didn't really need to. It's drums.
Hey, fuck it.
It's drums.
It's drums.
Am I gonna research it? Everybody is a drum, and everything is a drum.
Yeah, let me read about it. All right, cool.
Yeah. Honestly, as I'm looking at it, there's literally only two things I wrote down that I think are even worth saying.
Sure.
One's a little etymology. The word drum was first used to describe the snare drum over the shoulder held with a strap that was held by Swiss mercenary foot soldiers back when they had a fella out on the battlefield whose job was just to go rick-a-ta-ting, 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 or as from Slaughterhouse-Five, rented a car, I think. Rented a car, rented a car, rented a car.
That's one Kurt Vonnegut I haven't read.
It's about time.
Well, you gotta have good timing to play drums.
And that is what the book is about. It's about him having a very good time playing drums. So,
I don't know if I believe
Billy Pilgrim awoke one morning to find himself having a very good time playing drums, is the first line. Yeah, and there's one other one.
Well, I can expound on that a little bit.
Yeah, we got to talk about how they put a guy with a snare drum out there with a bunch of guns going off around him.
That's going to be late 17th century when that would start. This is the same reason that they all lined up in rows with guns and just walked up against each other and faced each other, just shot each other, and people are like, "Why the fuck would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. Get behind something or something. Mm-hmm. Why would you just walk up?" It's because you want to bring to bear the most guns shooting at one thing at the same time. Mm. You want to organize every soldier you have on the battlefield in the most efficient way. They didn't have radios and stuff like that.
Yeah. They couldn't listen to drums on the radio.
No, the commanders couldn't be like, "Hey, go here, go here." They just had to like do signals and stuff in carriers, and like they had to be able to see what was happening. And also the soldiers had to hear when to step forward in order to remain cohesive. And that's why the drum existed, to be able to march in cadence.
And that goes back to cultures throughout time and space using drums to communicate over long distances. Long history of that.
more utilitarian, really,
Yeah.
as opposed to Enter Sandman.
Your two categories.
That's it.
So they didn't do it because they felt that it was sportsmanlike. To be like, here's my guys and here's yours, guys, go. Whoa.
No, they did it because they had to do it. The same reason why they all wore bright colors, so they could see who was who.
Hmm.
And also...
Don't shoot that bloke, he's a blue bloke.
Yeah. And that's... So there's... In drumming, there's a traditional grip. It's a certain type of drip.
You're a
drip,
certain
sure.
type of drip.
Well, I'm dripping all over. A certain type of grip called traditional grip that those drummers used. And that's from England, where it originated. Maybe France. I'm not sure. So that's like, drums in the world. That's kind of international.
Yeah, absolutely. You're a regular drumopedia over here.
Huh?
And this is why I didn't do that much research, because I knew you had it.
It's one time I can help. There's a really great drummer from Japan named Akira Jimbo, who's extremely good, and his whole thing is independence. He can have each of those four limbs doing different things at the same time. Same time and signature and stuff. Well, same. They're coordinated, but they're all doing wildly different things. It's crazy how much he can do.
Mm-hmm.
That's so different because it gets harder the more different the things you're doing on each hand are. And so he's a great drummer from Japan. Represents that country very well.
I believe there was a Muppet that played similarly.
Yeah, he had a bit of a beef with politics as well. I remember his favorite solo was politics, politics, politics.
Really?
Something like that. Yeah, Animal.
I never watched the Muppets. I didn't realize they got that controversial.
Oh yeah, they got into the tea. Yeah.
And then they famously, Kermit sipped it. Sipped the tea.
Lipton. That's right.
That's the brand that meme.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're-
Why was that a marketing idea? Hey, let's have Kermit the Frog drink our tea.
Oh, that's why you know the brand is because that shot comes from a commercial.
Yeah, a real commercial.
They did that because everybody loves Kermit the Frog for reasons that sort of escape me. I never knew anything about the Muppets. I missed the whole thing. It's like, it is as weird to me that people still care about Kermit the Frog as that there are people who still care about Snoopy from Peanuts. It's like, what are we holding on to there? Because I don't see it.
Yeah. Different world.
Yeah.
It's from a different world, both those things. I was more of a, as far as, speaking of, the Muppets and stuff, it's more of an Ernest guy myself.
Yeah.
Same wheelhouse.
Ernest over Muppets any day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, nothing against Kermit, except that I guess I just said he's irrelevant. But, he's got a funny voice or whatever.
He's a little green shit heel is what he is.
There you have it.
Fucking around with that Miss Piggy. I don't know.
I want to go back to the grips for a second.
Sure.
Because I'm just going to use this opportunity to learn. So there's the
matched grip.
And that is where you are clenching your fist and the drumstick is sticking straight up from it. Then there is I believe it would be called...
it's not a glizzy.
The jazz grip.
The jazz grip, what do you got?
Where you are holding each stick kind of more like a pencil. So you're making like a kind of a pencil holding motion. Stick is sticking out to the side.
Well, hand me that pin over there. So this, on your left hand, this is and it's only in your left hand. Your in traditional grip is what you're talking about. Your right hand is a normal. In a matched
So
grip,
left hand is holding more like a pencil, and right hand is holding more like a glizzy, which is how I eat a hot dog for sure.
Yeah. Yes. But
Punch
that's
myself in the face every time I take a bite.
hell is good hot dog.
I only wish we had 2 pencils.
Well, but yeah, there's a bunch of different grips. There's a molar grip where you really only hold it with your back couple fingers and you just let it kind of go. You just let it kind of do its fucking thing. There's different grips.
And which grip do you prefer, Jason Ford?
Oh, it's regular matched grip. Yep. Nothing fancy. That's pretty much everybody uses that.
Oh. In my, as we've learned, limited experience, I always do that. I hold them like 2 pencils. But it turns out
you shouldn't.
That's what I've been doing wrong this whole time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna go and experiment real quick.
Okay. Wow. Is that Lars Ulrich? That sounded phenomenal.
Also here on the No Cuts episode.
Ooh. Here we go.
So now we can demonstrate for our video viewers.
So this is a traditional grip. Like that. And then you can, this is a cool trick to go back into matched grip. You can just go like that.
Oh, that
Boom.
was a cool trick. You just spun it right around.
Oh yeah. Buddy Rich did a cool thing called a push-pull. Like that. So it's like you're just using your fingers. And matched grip is just like that. You still want to use your fingers.
I like to do this one.
Like Animal.
like the monkeys, the wind-up toy monkeys do it.
Right. Not the best way to do it. It's cool to feel like a monkey. And that's your wheelhouse.
And Jay, I didn't even do that on purpose, but this leads me to the one other thing I wrote down, which I believe may be my favorite piece of research that I have ever written down for any Metaphiles episode ever.
Let's hear it.
And before I even tell it to you, there's some work to be done. Because what we're about to hear is a monkey fact.
Okay.
And you know, and the listeners may not know yet, I love monkeys and apes and simians and primates and all things ape. It's a deep, deep passion of mine.
Yeah.
And we have our first ever monkey fact right now.
This is a big moment.
And it will not be our last. There's just no question about that. Anytime I have any chance to throw monkeys in, I'm gonna do it.
Frankly, it's amazing it's taking this long.
I agree. It took us 19 weeks to get to this moment, which is
that's like 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, this needs its own segment title.
Oh.
Because
yeah,
every once in a while, we're gonna go to this. So I have some names, some names to pitch. I'm not really happy with any of them, but we're just gonna we'll start with this, and we're gonna get the right one.
Okay.
Here's what I have. I don't love any of them. Anytime we have a monkey fact, we could go to Ape Alley. Kind of easy. We could, as we are talking about monkeys, become the podcast of the apes.
Solid.
Yeah. We could be having an ape date, like an update, ape date.
Okay.
Or we could become the Primatophiles.
Very solid.
But none of them is it.
I don't know. How about Going Ape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I like the Primatophiles.
Primatophiles?
I think that's really solid. I like the other one.
Planet of the Apes, or
Podcast of the Apes. I like that.
That
too.
one is nice because there's the instant logo and font that we can.
Oh
ape.
yeah. Oh yeah. I like that one, man.
Go with Podcast of the Apes then.
Yep.
Okay.
You did it. What was the line from Planet of the Apes? You motherfuckers. You didn't say that.
He said, you motherfuckers, you did it. You blew it all to hell.
Yeah.
Then in the second movie, Beneath the Planet of the Apes,
Love it.
my favorite one in the series.
Fucking amazing.
That movie ends with Charlton Heston setting off the last nuclear bomb in existence, which, because it's the 70s and you could get away with this, blows up the entire planet Earth.
Why not?
That's the end of the movie.
Why not?
Maybe the best ending of a movie that you could ever have.
Yeah, and also quite questionable that there were a number of subsequent movies. It's like they blew it up.
They pulled some bullshit, but we'll get into that another time. For now, it is time for our first ever Planet of the Apes, and I think it's oh, thank you. No edits.
No edits.
It's our first ever podcast of the Apes, and I think it's apropos that you provide the music for Podcast of the Apes.
Sure.
And we will use this. Oh, use the sticks.
No.
Okay. So
It'll sound better.
this will be the theme song for Podcast of the Apes every time we have the good fortune to go to this. Here we go. We're gonna have to wait that extra 5 seconds every time.
Hold on.
Macaque monkeys, chimpanzees, and bonobos have all been observed drumming on objects in rhythmic ways. At least for macaques and chimpanzees, I don't know for bonobos. This is a way to show social dominance. And scientists have shown it to be processed in their brains in a similar way to vocalizations, suggesting an evolutionary origin to drumming as part of social communication. Monkeys drum.
They're like, all right, I'm done with this shit. Check this beat.
Monkeys drum.
Amazing.
It's my favorite thing I've ever found doing research for this show.
And it's a social function. Super cool. It's like a rap battle or something, but with drums.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm happy for you. That's
Thank you.
killer.
Thank you.
Also, you got gorillas do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That did come up in the same paragraph.
That's wow.
Yeah.
Before any real language, drums.
Yeah. So
Wow.
we keep accidentally jumping, and that was Podcast of the Apes. I guess it still is. But okay. We keep getting to segment 3 too fast by accident because it's just kind of impossible
It's
not
all
to with
drums.
this topic. And we're going to just jump right back to that as soon as we come back from this break.
Be right back. Welcome back to Man Fire with Saber 3 Wide Room.
Well, how come we don't play them drums?
Welcome back to Man Fire Saber 3 Wide Rooms. Hey, check this out. You
What?
can do this.
Why did Batman say something about Batman there?
No. I said welcome back to the Metaphiles, segment 3 Wide Drums.
Oh. What?
Welcome back to Metaphiles, segment 3 Wide Room. Do a little twirl. I can't even do it as well as I used to be able to. Sorry.
I'm scared of it.
See?
Yeah.
Well, finally, we can really talk about drums as they need to be talked about, which is that we are surrounded by drums. We were, what happens when a doctor, when you get delivered from your sweet mama, as a little baby, what does he do? Rim shot on the, and he took us.
Plays that baby's backside like
drum.
a bongo.
Yeah.
Congratulations, it's a drum. Yeah. And Jay, even before that, even before there were human beings.
Even before that. Even before.
But no, I was going to say even before, but then I realized it is even before. Before there were humans. Monkeys were drumming.
It's like, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, well, I was just gonna say it's almost like drums are asking why humans at this point. You know?
And if a race of sentient drums ever happens, I'm not even gonna fight. I'm gonna lay down on the ground and just let it happen. Because who am I?
You're not Lars Ulrich.
I'm certainly not. But in between the before that and the really before that, before even we are made into a drum as the first act on Earth.
Yeah.
Inside the womb, the mother's heartbeat.
We got a sick beat going from the very start.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. And then the doctor pulls you out of the sick beat chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Turns you into a drum, and we cry because we're like, bring that beat back.
What happened to the beat?
Bring that beat back, Doc.
And that's why we all like DJs.
Mm-hmm.
Because they make us feel like we're back in the womb. DJ. So dumb.
DJ in utero.
Oh, that's a great DJ name. Holy shit. DJ in utero.
There's only one way to start the sentence, and I'm actually glad it has to start this way. Did you know that before I called myself Chop Chop Chang, when I was first starting to make electronic music, I thought I was going to call myself DJ No, because it's, if said with a southern accent, it sounds like, did you know?
Ooh.
Did you know that? And did you know that?
I did not. That's cool. DJ No.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know? I was going to name whatever I put out first, whatever it might be, would be called That. DJ Know That.
That's great, man.
Yeah. But then I realized I will never be having two turntables and a microphone, so I'm not actually technically a DJ.
Right, yeah. My mind went immediately to Dr. No, the James Bond movie.
Mm.
But I like that. DJ Now? I like that much better. That's cool.
That's what the character in James Bond should have been called. And also this episode is also a James Bond movie.
We've already done that.
Yeah. I wish somebody had told that to James Bond. Like, we've already done that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to do it 30 more times.
Hey, I like the James Bond franchise.
He's fine. I mean, he's not, but...
Probably can't play lick of drums.
Mm-mm.
Bond.
No.
James Bond.
In all those movies, we never saw him do even one bar.
No sick beats. No, not one.
No sick beats, no slick tricks.
The fuck does he do out there, anyways?
Gets drunk on martinis.
Causes a bunch of trouble for some ladies that could frankly have gone well with just fine without it.
Mm-hmm.
He has to do all this bullshit.
Yeah. Wasting so much money.
A bellyache.
Crashing all those cars. It's like
great cars, and
Great
he's just
cars.
like, oh, I gotta do the Queen, and he just breaks his cars into a million pieces.
He's like
an asshole.
England pays the money to give him a car that can also be a submarine, and then he's so drunk on martinis that he just crashes it into shit every time.
James Bond, we gave you a car that gave us underwater. Could you stop drinking for 5 minutes and use it correctly? What an idiot. Anyways, we're not trying to do a 3-topic episode. We're really not.
No, we're here to talk about why drums, and why drums is... I mean,
because drums existed before we fucking did.
yeah.
Technically.
And every single person was hearing a sick beat before they even became a drum themselves. It's just,
Well, I mean, of course there's something primal about drums. It's the most basic thing that could be called musical.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, right? What is that? It's just you're just hitting something, but it's an instrument, and it's like stirs up something deep inside.
Yeah. Well, and very literally, because on top of everything that we've already said, we all have one in our fucking chest, going
Beating.
bump, 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 bump. Drums.
Let's see if we can just like kind of. Sick.
And some
Sick beat.
doctor listens to this episode and is like, you guys need to come see me right away.
See me immediately. Stop smoking cigarettes. No, doc, no.
We need him for the podcast.
Yeah. What are you gonna sit around and not smoke cigarettes like idiots?
And that doctor, their Hippocratic oath is do no harm. So does that doctor say to the metaphiles, you must be healthier? Or does that doctor say the fans of the metaphiles will be so healthy from getting to watch the metaphiles who cannot do the podcast
It's less.
any other way?
It's less harm that way.
The greater good.
Yeah, it suddenly becomes super complicated, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Those silly little oaths and
Yeah.
Well, it's
All
not
of a
like-
sudden, being a doctor's not so easy,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah. How about that, Doc? Ooh, I got a degree to save people's lives.
Yeah.
I got a podcast, so. Not impressed. I'm sorry, Doc. I'm dying. Please help me. Drums.
Drums. Why drums? Why drums?
Because you can't let James Hetfield go up on stage and play a guitar without some kind of fucking beat.
No. For as tough as he acts, he'd be lonely.
He'd be nothing without it.
Some would say that he's nothing with it, and I say that. Here
Sorry,
on
James.
Metallica Files.
Oh, God. God, no. That's a topic I wouldn't want to do.
No. Me neither.
They've already done it with that fucked up documentary.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever watch that?
No.
Okay. I'll tell you the one best part of that documentary.
Okay.
The whole thing is very funny because they're such numbskulls. But the funniest part of it is the whole premise of it is that the band Metallica is falling apart, and so they hire a therapist to give them band therapy. Because they're all numbskulls who don't know how to express their emotions to each other at all.
It's just incredible.
And at one point, one of the exercises he asks them to do is that we're all going to sit around the four of you and me, we're all going to sit around and we're each going to write lyrics on a notepad, and then at the end everybody will read their lyrics to each other. So they do it, and the four numbskulls read their four numbskull lyrics. Yeah. James Hetfield's lyrics are, he drew a house and he drew the four of them next to the house, and he's the tallest.
That's me.
And the sun is smiling because we're happy to be in the band. But so they all go around and they read their stupid, horrible lyrics. And then the best part of the whole movie is the therapist is like, I actually wrote some lyrics too, and if you guys want to use them. And they all get mad at the therapist for doing that, and that is like kind of what brings them together as a band. It's all being like, this guy can't write Metallica lyrics, only we can do that.
Maybe that was some 4D chess by the therapist.
Oh,
right? Maybe. That's part of this thing.
Maybe.
That's fucking hilarious. It's like a comedy show. It's like,
It's a very funny movie, not intentionally.
But
that's the funniest part.
How long is it? Is it normal movie length? Because now I want to watch it.
Yeah, 2 hours-ish.
I'll have to watch it.
It's pretty worth it. Just
It sounds like
see
it.
these fucking cavemen.
Yeah. Drums.
Want to just do that for 8 more minutes?
All right.
Cool. Cool. 7.5 more minutes.
That's all I got.
Oh.
That's all I got.
Yeah, why drums? They're the most ubiquitous and age-old instrument of all.
Well,
And you
sure.
can't, nothing will ever top it. Not even the tambourine.
Mm-hmm. Well, also it has a inherently chronological element to it. It's ontologically tied to timing. A drum isn't a drum without a second hit on the drum in the appropriate span of time.
Yeah.
Is there some connection with that, with why it's so primal? Again, our hearts beating in time. If it goes out of time and we have an arrhythmia or something like that, or it beats so fast that it overworks itself and exhausts itself, and we have a heart attack or something like that. You know, it's like a tangible reference to what time is. It makes this incredible ethereal property, which we know is time, which is inescapable, and which is a thing in our existence that informs every part of it into just a simple little fucking sound.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it's so primal, because that's what music is best at. It's taking all these ethereal, unnameable things and putting it into something tangible, in which we still can't understand it, but we do understand it in a certain way that we can access. Maybe that's why drums are the most primally connected of the instruments to us. How about that? Thank you.
No, that was a
Marxism.
that was a master class.
Trotsky.
That was a master class in how to answer the why segment.
Well, again, this is a topic where I know some about it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Maybe that's my just hypothesizing.
No, I love that theory that we like the drum because it allows us to take some control over this thing that is time.
And in the best way, by just fucking banging on that shit.
Bang on time.
Banging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, this is
Oh. Yes, just do it.
Yeah.
We love our own show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jay, you're using me into making me feel things I never felt before, the Rust Bowl says.
Do it again.
Do it again.
No.
Okay. Hey, sorry folks, rewind it. Mix it. Remix it.
Make a beat out of it.
Take the beat that intros Podcast of the Apes and take that, layer them.
Let's hear a mix. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Maybe do some like a meme thing where like they auto-tune something that somebody says over top of it, which I never thought was funny. I never understood why that made something funnier to auto-tune it to a song.
But we'll find out.
Hopefully.
We'll find out when somebody does it to us.
Hopefully. I don't know if we have fans that are that cool.
Ooh, did somebody out there feel challenged by that?
Should.
That was a little bit like the 4D chess that the Metallica therapist plays. Yeah. If you could be hired by any band to be their therapist, you don't have to have any more knowledge of psychology than you do right now.
Okay.
But there's a band out there and they need your help, and you feel like I could help this band. And don't just go for the paycheck. Really try and help. Because for a second I was going to be like, I would do it for the Red Hot Chili Peppers because it seems like those guys don't need any help. They just like are having a good time together still.
You want to help somebody.
Yeah, I want to really have done the work.
Well, I got to identify such a band.
Okay.
In such a quandary.
Yeah. Well, you can invent that they're in a quandary.
Sure. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be the Gallagher brothers or anything.
I don't get that reference. They're a band? Sounds like a comedy duo or something.
Well, there was Gallagher who smashed watermelons, and then Gallagher's brother did just start going off and doing Gallagher's act without Gallagher's permission, and was called Gallagher 2, and they got in a big fight about it, and that really did happen.
He stole such a great idea.
Yeah.
What kind of life is that? That's what you resort to. Well, my brother smashes pumpkins with a hammer. I could do that. I'm Gallagher 2. That's incredible.
But I was referring to the two brothers who were in massively overhyped rock band Oasis.
Oh.
Who, since Oasis, which was in the 90s, have spent the past 30-something years consistently just bitching about each other to the press because they can't stand each other. This is another of my favorite things in the world.
We've talked about it before, yeah.
I love it because I forget about it, and then every 8 months or so, a headline will just pop up somewhere where it's like, Liam said this about Noel, and it's always funny. It's just these really catty British singers. The most recent one was they asked Noel about Liam or Liam about Noel, it doesn't matter because they're both good, but they were like, hey Liam, would you ever now play with Noel on stage again? And Liam said, I wouldn't play with Noel, but I'd play with a hologram of Noel because he's basically a hologram already. Bam! Got him.
Damn.
30 years later, got him.
They're just loving it. They're just milking it.
Yeah, the reason for it is that they're both insane egomaniacs.
He's basically a hologram already.
Basically incredible. Hologram. That is such a cutting.
Woo. You're just a matrix of visual particles. Wow.
Yeah. And,
so funny.
That's time.
Well, the topic has been brothers in Acts.
Yep.
Why acts with brothers? Well, I mean, shit. What? Who that is human could? Who that is human could put drums in the trap drawer? Thank you.
Not I, not I.
Ooh.
The pinewood lanes of heaven
Ooh.
ring with the sounds of the snare.
Cuban Missile Crisis.
This is the part of the sign off that I say.
This is part of the sign off that I say.
Hey, this is Zach Caffrey,
This is Jason Ford.
and we're the hosts of Metaphiles, the podcast that you just finished watching and technically are still watching. And while you're here, if you could, just go ahead and like this episode, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you're so inclined. Maybe the comment could be about, and then it'll say whatever the topic was that week. So this, like that.
Metaphiles.